Do you ever feel like you're stuck in the same argument again and again? Maybe you find yourself circling back to the same issues no matter how many times you try to resolve them. It can feel exhausting, like you're trapped in a loop you can't escape. Maybe it's about dishes left in the sink, a late-night text that went unanswered, or something so small you can't even remember what started it. Yet somehow, the fight grows bigger than the original problem, leaving both of you feeling misunderstood and hurt. It's almost as if you're both following a script you know by heart, lines and reactions that play out the same way every time. You wish you could change the story, but it feels impossible to break free from the pattern. The truth is, these arguments usually aren't really about chores, phone calls, or who forgot to pick up the groceries. They're about something much deeper, something that lies beneath the surface of everyday life. At the heart of these conflicts are questions we're often too afraid to ask out loud. Am I important to you? Do I matter? Can I trust that you'll be there for me when I need you most? These fears can be hard to admit even to ourselves. When we feel threatened or disconnected, we protest in different ways. Some of us raise our voices, desperate to be heard and understood. Others shut down or pull away, trying to protect themselves from more pain. But underneath it all, both partners are longing for the same thing: to feel loved, valued, and secure in the relationship. We all want to know that we matter to the person we care about most. The ways we try to reconnect, whether by pursuing, demanding, or withdrawing, are often just attempts to protect ourselves or reach out for reassurance. Ironically, these efforts can end up pushing us even further apart, making the distance feel even greater. One partner chases, hoping to close the gap, while the other retreats, feeling overwhelmed or misunderstood. This cycle repeats itself, leaving both people feeling isolated and alone, even when they're sitting right next to each other. The good news is, recognizing this pattern is the first and most important step toward change. When you can see the cycle for what it is, you can start to understand what's really happening beneath the surface. There's no villain here, just two people caught in a painful loop, each trying to protect themselves and their relationship in the only way they know how. By learning to recognize the dance you're both doing, you can begin to take new steps, ones that bring you closer, help you feel safer, and allow you to truly connect with each other again. Emotional loops are automatic reactions triggered when we feel unsafe in our relationships. They're primal, rooted in our need for secure attachment. When connection feels threatened, we fall into old patterns, pursuing or withdrawing. The pursuer moves toward their partner, seeking reassurance, sometimes with urgency or criticism. The withdrawer pulls away, trying to keep the peace or manage their own overwhelm. Both are coping, not attacking. The more one pursues, the more the other withdraws, and vice versa. This cycle feeds itself, leaving both partners feeling alone and misunderstood. The pursuer feels abandoned, the withdrawer feels attacked. Neither is the enemy. Both are stuck in a powerful negative pattern. Understanding this is the first step to breaking free. Military marriages face unique challenges that make emotional loops even harder to escape. Long deployments, frequent moves, and constant uncertainty create ongoing stress and distance. Physical separation makes emotional connection difficult, and reunions can feel awkward as both partners have changed. Military culture values strength and stoicism, making it hard to share vulnerability at home. The partner at home often feels pressure to be strong too, leading to silence and emotional distance. This environment makes pursue-withdraw patterns more likely. The partner at home may pursue, seeking reassurance. The service member may withdraw, coping as they were trained. Both are using survival skills, but these can become barriers to intimacy. The result is a painful cycle of disconnection, even when both partners long for closeness. In military marriages, emotional loops are intensified by duty, identity, and the weight of service. The uniform represents a commitment beyond the family, creating silent tension and feelings of being secondary. Service members return home carrying invisible burdens, often unable to share their experiences. Their silence can feel like rejection, triggering the partner's pursuit for connection. The partner at home has managed everything alone, and shifting roles can spark resentment or confusion. These layers, military culture, trauma, reintegration, make the loops harder to break. Recognizing these unique pressures is essential to finding a way out. When you're caught in an emotional loop with your partner, it can feel impossible to break free. Emotions run high, words get sharper, and suddenly, You're both stuck in a cycle that only seems to escalate. In these moments, stopping the cycle is absolutely key, not just for the sake of the argument, but for the health of your relationship as a whole. One powerful tool is to agree on a calm word, a neutral, pre-chosen signal like pause, pineapple, or any word that feels right for both of you. This word isn't about blame or criticism. It's simply a shared cue that things are getting heated and it's time to step back. When either of you says the calm word, the rule is simple. Stop the conversation immediately. No final jabs, no parting shots, no trying to get the last word in. Just pause, even if it feels unfinished. Remember, this isn't about winning or losing an argument. It's about protecting your bond and showing that your relationship matters more than being right in the moment. Take a real break, at least 20 minutes, sometimes longer if needed. This gives your bodies and minds a chance to calm down, letting the adrenaline and stress hormones settle so you can think more clearly. Use this time to self-soothe. Try deep breathing, journaling, or simply sitting quietly. The goal isn't to rehearse your arguments or build your case, but to reconnect with yourself and regain your sense of calm. The real aim is to shift from reactivity, where you're just reacting out of habit or hurt, to responsiveness, where you can choose your words and actions with care. Respecting the calm word is an act of love and trust. It says, "I care enough about us to pause, even when it's hard." This simple tool interrupts old patterns and creates space for a new, healthier response. It's a way to reset, so you can come back together with more understanding and less defensiveness. Think of it as a pact, a promise that says, "I love you enough to stop before we hurt each other, and I trust you to do the same for me." With practice, using a calm word can truly be revolutionary for your relationship. It builds safety, respect, and a sense of teamwork, even in tough moments. It's the first step to a healthier, more loving dance together, one where both of you feel seen, heard, and safe, no matter what challenges arise. After you've used your calm word to pause the argument, the next step is to dig deeper and understand what's really fueling the fight beneath the surface. It's easy to think the disagreement is about chores, tone, or a specific event, but often, there's something much more significant going on inside. The argument isn't truly about who did the dishes or who raised their voice first. It's about deeper fears, what we sometimes call dragons, like the fear of being abandoned, not being good enough, or feeling like a failure. These hidden emotions can drive our reactions and make small issues feel overwhelming. Once you've calmed down, take a moment to look inward. Ask yourself, what was I really feeling before I got angry, defensive, or shut down? This self-reflection is key. Sometimes the real feeling is sadness, fear, or even shame, hiding underneath the anger or frustration. Try to name the core emotion as honestly as you can. Maybe it's feeling invisible, unimportant, rejected, or afraid of losing your connection. Identifying these feelings can be uncomfortable, but it's a powerful step toward healing. When you're ready, share this insight with your partner using I statements. For example, when you turned away, I felt like I didn't matter, or when you seemed distant, I felt alone. Speaking from your own experience helps your partner understand what's really going on for you. The withdrawer in the relationship might say, "When your voice got louder, I felt like I was failing you," or "I felt overwhelmed and scared I couldn't make things right." This kind of honesty can be difficult, but it opens the door to real connection. When both partners share their deeper feelings, it shifts the conversation away from blame and criticism and toward vulnerability and understanding. This is where true intimacy begins to grow. When you reveal your dragon, your core fear or hurt, your partner can respond with empathy instead of defensiveness. This creates a safe space for both of you to be seen and heard. Naming the real fear takes power away from the old argument loop and puts it back in your hands. You're no longer stuck reacting. You're choosing to understand and connect. Together, you can face the pattern as a team, not as opponents. By identifying your emotional triggers and sharing them openly, you build trust and resilience in your relationship, making it possible to move forward together stronger than before. After pausing and naming your emotions, it's time to reconnect. This doesn't require grand gestures. Small acts of tenderness are powerful. Offer a gentle touch, a hug, or a kind word to signal you're ready to repair. If touch feels too hard, make a cup of tea or say, "Thank you for listening." These gestures rebuild trust and show you're open to each other again. This process, pause, name, reconnect, is a skill you practice over time. Each time you do, you weaken the old pattern and strengthen your bond. In choosing to turn toward each other, even when it's hard, you build a love that can weather any storm.